Hello. So I decided to make this video in regards to sanding a floor. And the reason why is because most people are used to drum sanders. Drum sanders that are used to strip a floor down to the bare wood, and then you're able to refinish the floor. You finish off your edges by using an edger. This floor was already refinished. It's not brand new. It wants to be refinished. So I rented this random orbit sander, floor refinisher. And I thought it would do the job since the floor was overall not in bad shape. It's about 30 years old since it was refinished. But in getting it and starting to do the work, if you can't make it out, I get a little closer, and what you see is that this is using the highest grit paper that they have. And you see those dark spots all over? Those dark spots are parts of the floor where it's lower than the surrounding areas. So if you see, it's all over the place. And it seems to me that what the reason for this, especially when you get to the edges, see the lines? It's because the guy who refinished this floor before used a drum sander. And either he wasn't very experienced with the machine, or like here, where you see that, that's called chatter. That's where the machine jumped up and down. And you see those little chatters. See over here? So what you're seeing is, if you look at it, it kind of looks like waves. And the reason for that is because the inexperience of the guy who refinished the floor. What he did was, he wasn't very smooth when he was running the machine. It possibly could have been done by a homeowner. Seems to me that a professional would not have been this bad. And I say that to you because I've used the sander now, the floor sander, as you can see. But I want to also say this too about the floor sander, but let me finish this thought. The guy who finished the floor before us wasn't very experienced, like I said, most likely a homeowner, because of so many problems as far as the chatter, as far as the stop and go, the deep gouges that have to be now sanded smooth in this floor. Now, as far as the machine, this machine, I went and rented it because you can't see that until you actually sand. But using the machine, I realized this machine is not really made for this. Although I did get 24 grit sandpaper, you can see even the areas that are flat. It's not like it was really easy to get this all done. This machine is more of a glorified buffer, if you ask me. Or something that you would use if you have a brand new floor that's just been installed. You can use this machine for that. I've already committed to this machine, so now I have to go back and I have to go purchase some more of these 24 grit sanding discs, which is the lowest grit, I should say, which is the most aggressive that they have, in order to try to get this floor to be as uniform as possible. Normally, if it wasn't for that, this job should have only taken about 4 hours tops to sand it through all the grits. But I'm already 2 hours in, and I still have at least another 2 more hours worth of 24 grit sandpaper before I can get this uniformly smooth, and then start to change to the other grits to get it to where it's ready to be stained and then polyurethane again. And this room, so you know, is only 12 feet wide by 15 feet wide. So, the The purpose is to let you know about the machine and what it is that you're looking for, and more to tell you. If you're going to refinish a floor that already has a finish on it, don't get this machine. Instead, you're going to have to get a professional to come in and do your floors, or you can go ahead and get the drum sanding machine, which will do a much better job more aggressively, more quickly. But beware, if you are a homeowner and you don't have experience with a drum sanding machine, you are best to get a professional to do your floors, because you're just going to do the same exact thing as this in the end of your job. It'll look all right, but you'll have divots and problems everywhere, and I'm just telling you, stay away from it. This machine, I got it because of the fact that I didn't realize this floor was that bad. To the naked eye, it didn't seem that bad, and I thought I could sand it out and then refinish it myself. But like I said, I'm now committed to it. So now, since I rented it, I don't own it. It's best for me to continue on with this machine rather than going to change it out to a drum sander and doing it that way. Although it's a catch-22. By the time I go to the store, exchange it, and come back, I'll probably be done in the same amount of time. So I'm just going to finish with this and get it done. But I wanted to give you all that review. Thanks, and have a good day.